भिड बिथोलियो के भिड बिथोलियो नि त अनि ओ यताबाट आयो
Seconds later,
हान्यो यता भिड बिथोलियो के केटाहरुले
we hear 7 gunshots and see Yogendra bleeding to death on the ground.
आज हामी सार्वजनिक सम्पत्ति नष्ट गर्दैनौं शान्तिपूर्ण तरिकाले आवाज उठाउँछौं त्यसैले सबजना हामी रेडी छौं आजको प्रोटेस्टको लागि We are ready!
At around 10:30, the crowd moves forward along Madan Bhandari Road. Government intelligence had predicted 3,000 protesters, but tens of thousands turn out. Many are wearing school uniform, believing it might offer a kind of protection. The protesters are heading for Nepal's parliament. But before they get there, they hit a barricade. Some 200 police are now face to face with thousands of protesters. And the mood starts to turn. At 11:47, a group of demonstrators finds a way around the cordon. The police, taken by surprise, abandon the barricade. And the crowd surges towards Parliament. The organizers had called for a peaceful protest. But already this was getting out of hand. The tragedy that followed was captured in more than 4,000 videos and pictures taken by journalists, bystanders and protesters. We spent months collecting and analyzing this evidence, as well as sourcing exclusive accounts from police. We can now bring you the most detailed account yet of exactly what happened on September 8th at the gates of Nepal's parliament. At 11:58, protesters face off against armed police. Most of the crowd is peaceful, but at the front line, tensions spill into violence. Some protesters climb onto the roof above the entrance gate to Parliament. At 12:15, one group breaches the wall. They're quickly pushed back by police. On Discord, some protesters start to worry. In the crowd, we spot Shriyam. He's here against his mother's wishes.
जान्छु भनेर अघिल्लै दिन उले भनेको थियो भन्न चाहिँ नभनेको होइन किन जान पर्यो यस्तोमा के हुन्छ पर्दैन जान भनेर भने अनि अब हामी जेन्जी केटाकेटीको ड्रेसमा जान्छौं हामी माइनरलाई कसैले हात पनि लाउँदैन.
He's holding a banner that reads Youths Against Corruption. But not everyone is as peaceful. At 12:30, a curfew is declared. The gathering is now illegal. Word spreads from phone to phone. But the curfew seems to make things worse. Police fired tear gas and rubber bullets. But their response is chaotic. Some even throw stones back at protesters. Seeing the gatehouse on fire, panicked officers radio for help, asking their superiors for permission to use live ammunition. We know this because the BBC has obtained a leak of the police radio log that day. This document has never been made public. It reveals that it's now at 12:40 that the authorization to use force is given. That order marked a turning point. Over the next 2 hours, at least 6 protesters will be shot, 5 of them fatally. We're going to slow down here and show you the details of those shootings. The first takes place at the corner of the parliamentary complex. The victim is 34-year-old Binod Maharjan. We found no video of the shooting, but at 1:15, we see Binod carried away with a critical injury to the head. He dies later at hospital. On Discord, news of live fire spreads quickly. And on the streets, anger escalates to fury. The police are overwhelmed. One group is cornered outside the gates. At 1:42, our police timeline records the panic among officers.
Police bleeding profusely and about to be killed. Shooting at main gate may be necessary.
The assault lasts for 4 minutes. Eventually, they use tear gas to drive back the crowd and retreat into the grounds of Parliament.
गाइस लोग परिवर्तनको लागि यतिको क्रान्ति खोजेको थियो सायद देशले गोली बर्सात भइरहेको छ थाहा छैन कतिजनाको मृत्यु भइसक्यो कतिजनालाई घाइते भएका छन् हैन एक पछिबाट हेर्ने भनेदेखि चाहिँ पुलिस सरकार पनि बिचरा माया लाग्यो.
The next order to come through police radio is unambiguous.
Open fire to establish safety. Regain control of situation.
The next person to be shot is 27-year-old Kamal Gimire. At 1:48, we find him on the opposite side of the avenue. This is the view from Kamal's own phone. He records a group of police officers, at least 2 of whom are armed with handguns. Kamal then walks away from the front lines. His camera captures this man throwing a stone at police. And then Kamal falls. We have found another view of this incident. Here is Kamal, the man throwing the stone, and the moment Kamal is shot. His medical report states that the bullet entered beneath his left arm and exited through his back. We do not know the precise trajectory, but we can see the general direction from which this bullet was fired. and it points toward the same group of police Kamal Ghimire had filmed just moments before. The bullet missed Kamal's spine by millimeters. He survived. At almost the same moment, 200 meters to the west, another young man is shot. This is 22-year-old Rashik Khatiola earlier in the day. His t-shirt says, "We want leaders, not looters." We do not know exactly when Rashik is shot or from where, but at 1:53, a protester's phone captured these images of Rashik being carried away with a bullet wound to his chest. He died of this injury. He was 22. By this time, accounts on Discord are urging demonstrators to leave. But 24-year-old Sulav Rajshrestha stays at the parliament gates. He's carrying a sign that says, "No more corruption." We see him here, wearing the blue backpack, observing the confrontation at the gate. Seconds later, just a few steps away,
Look at it.
Sulav is dead. Realizing that he could not be saved, protesters carry Sulav to the gates. They lay his body on the road, directly in front of police, and cover it in Nepal's flag. Among those who witnessed the shooting was 17-year-old Shriyam Cholagai, the boy in school uniform. Minutes later, closer to the junction, we catch Shriyam again. Ahead of him, a group of protesters is pelting the police with stones. Shriyam turns away from the violence and moves back towards the junction. These are the last steps he takes. Moments later, another phone captures images which go viral across Nepal. Bleeding heavily from a gunshot wound to the back of the head, Shriyam is carried across the road. Bystanders lift him into an ambulance, but it's too late. By the time he arrives at the National Trauma Center, Shriyam is dead. He is the youngest victim shot outside Nepal's parliament on September 8th. Nepal's Gen Z protesters have always maintained that Binod, Rashik and Shriyam were killed by police, but none of those shootings was captured on camera.